All right, you guys ready for this? As you can see, we're not starting with the game of the year. We're gonna do that last. Let's start with best game direction. So this is, hold on, let me lower the music a little. Okay, so I'm just gonna read what game direction actually means in here. We're gonna go through all the games and we're just gonna discuss it, okay? Best game direction. Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation. Innovation is key here in game direction and design. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 meets all of that 100%. Death Stranding 2 is literally the first game, just better. Ghost of Yotei, same. It's an iteration of Ghost of Tsushima. I do not know what Ghost of Yotei is doing here. I'm sorry. I do not know why this game's on here. Yo, what's up, Misty? Hades 2, another iteration. I don't see any innovation. I see iteration, but, you know, added content. It feels just like the original Hades. Now, Split Fiction had good direction. I think I could name 10 other games that came out this year that could have that belong in this list more than some of these. Creative vision and innovation. One of the most innovative games that I played today, or this year, was Blueprints. I'm just gonna name just one example. Okay, I think we could replace Ghost of Yotei with Blueprints. That's just, I'm sorry, but that's just what I think. Okay, I think it's more. It had definitely had a better innovative idea than just, oh, we'll just play Tsushima again. We'll let it take place in Japan, you know, do what we did last time, but instead we'll use a chick instead of a guy and have a simpler story. And we'll have a little bit more weapons to choose from instead of stances, which is basically kind of like the same thing because you're still playing rock, paper, scissors. But maybe focus a little bit more on exploration, but still make it easy to find everything. That's Ghost of Yotei. Death Stranding was directed very well, I think. Even though it was an iteration. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 also had good direction. The pacing was good. The character design was good. The story never felt like it was going somewhere that's ridiculous like Death Stranding did, but Death Stranding did it because it was Kojima, whatever. But we're gonna discuss these, okay? I already did Ghost of Yotei. Hades 2, it's exactly 1 week from now, Zaski. Also, hello, Zaski. Hades 2. Hades 1 had a great direction. Hades 2 did it better. Innovative stuff. It basically mastered the gameplay loop of how a roguelike should be in an action-oriented game. Hades 2 perfected it. Kind of like what Ark... yeah, I don't want... No, Pancakes! I'm so sorry to hear that, dude. Sleep, get well, man. Drink some water. Feel better today, man. Hope so. I hope you get some rest tonight. Hope you feel better tomorrow. Alright, Split Fiction, game direction. Some parts... it felt like it dragged on a little bit. Nintendo. The puzzles were fun for a co-op game. It's a very, very good co-op game. I would say as a couch co-op game, I think it might be the best couch co-op game to come out this year that I played. I had a really good time playing with D-Guns. I didn't really care much for the characters or the story as much as I didn't care for the first game either. Split Fiction had an awesome third act. One of the best third acts of the year. Honestly, if I was gonna give it to any of these, I would probably pick Clair Obscur for the best direction. What I think will win is also Clair Obscur. That's my prediction. I think this is gonna win best direction. And that is my pick as well. Next category. Best narrative. The pictures did not change, except these two. Are you writing this down? What do you mean? It's already written on the internet. Best narrative, we already talked about this. When I talk about narrative, I like it when a game can grab my attention in the first like 30 or 15 minutes of the game. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 wins in that. Absolute amazing setting, mystery, sadness, everything in the first chapter, or in the first 20 minutes. Loved it. Death Stranding 2 on the beach. So I played this immediately after beating the first one because I wanted to keep playing. The intro was so good. The narrative is bonkers as hell. Some of it did not make sense to me. It's Kojima. Outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. Yo, Frankie!
Oh Frankum 43 cake intake.
Oh my ikemen, yo, yamete kudasai yo. Yes, I cut my hair. It's short. I cut it. Thank you. It's a little wet though. Thank you, thank you. It's good to see you all. Hello, Frankie. Hello, Pyro. Aw, dude, Frankie, that's so kind of you. But look at this. There's a weird pimple there that's bothering me, and up here too. So, not quite handsome. Almost. So, narrative development. I think Death Stranding had an amazing development in its story. I really loved all the characters. Did I care for them? Yes. I care for them almost as much as I care for the characters in Clair. I think Death Stranding has better characters than Clair Obscur. That's my opinion. I cared more about these characters than Clair. In Clair, I cared about 2 or 3. Not everyone. Ghost of Yotei. I talked about this before on stream. The reason why I loved Ghost of Yotei's narrative so much is because they went back and wanted to tell a simple story of revenge. That's pretty much it. There's not a lot of depth. You're just a badass, badass Ronin, and you kill the people, and you don't care about anyone. I liked her character way more than I enjoyed Aloy's character in Horizon 2. I like a simple story. I'm a simple guy. I really like Ghost of Yotei's narrative. Kingdom Come Deliverance I did not play, unfortunately. So I can't really say much about this. Silent Hill F, the beginning was a little bit slow. I love the characters in this. Fucked up. The narrative was also, I'm sorry, but the psychological horror that I get from Silent Hill F required me to look online and read so many like analysis videos and like articles, and I still don't really quite get it. I know what they're kind of trying to say, but it confused me a bit. I wasn't the biggest fan of the narrative of this game, so I'm not gonna select Silent Hill. It's gonna be these 3 out of here. It's really hard. Death Stranding 2 is the same story as the first one. But man, hold on. This is tough because I love that you could choose how you want your narrative to go in this game because it's more open world, right? It's not like completely linear because you get to choose who. It's a classic like it's a classic like Tarantino film. But so far, as far as narrative goes, I really wanted to keep playing Death Stranding just to see what happens next. So my vote goes to Death Stranding 2 on the beach. I loved it. I loved how they did some of the narrative. Some of them I wasn't a big fan. I was also not a big fan of some of the narrative choices they made with Clair Obscur, but overall, I think Death Stranding 2 wins this in my opinion. Best art direction. It's the same list. There's so much more art games this year. This is crazy to me. What is Hollow Knight doing here? I'm sorry. I love Hollow Knight Silksong, but art direction? It's Flash Game 2.0. Ghost of Yotei, beautiful game. Art direction, it's a very good looking game, but I don't see any art. It's just realism. Death Stranding 2, the Decima engine is crazy good. Death Stranding 2 had maybe 4 moments where I looked at the screen and I'm like, holy shit, I can't believe this is a video game. This looks amazing. But it's also realism. It's not... technical achievement is on here, and that's where Death Stranding definitely wins. Like, there's no competition. Death Stranding 2 had the best technical achievement, in my opinion. How the hell did a base PS5 play at 60 frames per second locked with all these insane particles going on and shadows, and like there were some crazy moments in this game where I'm just like, I can't believe this is an actual video game. This is nuts. Out of here, the best creative art I would think goes to Clair Obscur. So it's a tie between these two. Like, so where's Sword of the Sea? Where is Sword of the Sea? I would put Sword of the Sea over Ghost of Yotei. Where is... I have to go back and look at all my games, but that's where the Sushi Crew Game of the Year stuff will come in. We're only gonna choose what's on here. For me, I think the best... It's a tie between these two, to be honest. And I know I did talk about... See, look. Technical achievement. I think you could count a small-ass team being able to achieve what they did with something like Clair Obscur 33 can be part of this achievement in artistic design animation. With a small team like that and making a game like this run so well, look so good, I am going to go with Clair Obscur as the best art direction out of this list. Hades 2 also looked really good. Very colorful, very amazing. You know, for an isometric game, it looks really, really good. Best score and music. Oh boy. To me, it's easily music. Look, I love Christopher Larkin. I think Lorien Testard also was a highlight of the year. Hades 2 music was good too. I enjoyed some of the music in that, but most of it is kind of forgettable in my opinion. I love Christopher Larkin's music so much. It did. But Woodkid and Ludwig Forsell in Death Stranding 2 gave me the feels, dude. Gave me the emotions. It gave me goosebumps. Yeah. This is hard. It's between these three for me. I was literally humming Clair Obscur 33 music today. You know? But that's just Pokemon. I haven't listened to all of the music in Hollow Knight, but I'll tell you one thing. In Death Stranding 2, I went into the music box and I kept playing the music and made my own playlists in it. Ah, this is difficult. Gozo Yote was good too. It's got some bangers. I am gonna go with Hollow Knight on this one. Christopher Larkin's music, I always play on Spotify and I listen to it. I loved his shit. This one gets it for me. Audio design, where to?
Raindrops are falling on my head.
Well, goodbye YouTube. This is only going to be on Twitch. All right. Best audio design. I'm just kidding, D-Guns. I'm just gonna cut it. It's okay. 7 seconds is fair use, right? 7 seconds. Okay, first of all, here's another. I'm gonna say, where is Arc Raiders? Where is Arc Raiders? Arc Raiders, definitely the best audio design out of any game I played this year. No, audio design. In-game audio and sound design. Well, I mean, look, Arc Raiders music is also freaking good, but dude, you go in with your headphones. It does proximity chat very well. Every footstep, every wind, every bird flying, every gunshot, you know exactly what direction they're shooting from, and it sounds so good. The ambient noise, the footsteps, things opening. Oh, it's so good. The arc noises are so well designed. You could, oh my god. Arc Raiders would be, like I said, this goes to the Sushi Crew. Arc Raiders is my favorite audio design of the year. But out of here, the beeps and bops you hear, and like, you know, like every gameplay loop, Death Stranding 2 had the most satisfying sounds. The robotic sounds, the squishy sounds, the voice acting, everything in Death Stranding 2, I think, is gonna be my favorite here. I could still hear the sound effects in this game. Silent Hill F? Not really. I wouldn't say Silent Hill F. I didn't play enough of Battlefield 6 to understand the sound design, but Death Stranding definitely stood out for me. So out of this list, Death Stranding 2 gets my vote for best audio design. They are minty. I agree. Just like Zelda cooking, like in this song. All right, here we go. Yeah, the codec call noise. Yeah, it's so good. Dude, see, D-Guns knows what's up. Okay, Erika Ishii. I could not stand her. I am sorry. I am so sorry. But I did not like her voice in Ghost of Tsushima. Or Ghost of Yotei, I mean. I am sorry. You could roast me all you want. You could just unsubscribe. I didn't think she did good. Yeah. So Ben Starr as Verso. Here's the thing. I love Ben Starr. I love Ben Starr. But Ben Starr is Ben Starr in every game so far that I played. And Verso, he has a glorious voice. I agree, D-Guns. I agree. Charlie Cox did a good job too. And I'm surprised he's actually on here. I didn't realize he was on here. Erika Ishii, I'm skipping. I'm sorry. I couldn't stand her voice, so I had to switch. Jennifer English, amazing. Very good voice. Very good character. Man, this is also hard because Kato Konatsu, really good as Hinako. Like, it didn't feel anime, right? It didn't feel like theatrical. It felt real, and that's what made the game so disturbing. She was so good. So good. She was probably the most impressive out of all of them here. I didn't play The Great Circle, unfortunately, so I can't really pick Troy Baker, but come on, it's Troy Baker. We know he's like S tier, the best voice acting in games. I'm surprised, but I'm gonna go with Silent Hill on this one. I think she deserves it. Typically, when you play games like this with Japanese voice acting, especially like a female, it sounds anime. Theatrical. A little too much. Hers felt so real and disturbing. And I have to give it to her, man. I think she deserves it.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mad Queen. Innovation and accessibility. Recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played, and enjoyed by an even wider audience. One of my favorite categories. Now, y'all gonna hate me for this. I didn't play any of these games. I didn't play any of these games. But this is what I'll talk about. Sometimes many games can feel a little, you know, when you look at it visually, you kind of feel like, man, I don't think I could play this because I am not capable of doing it. Assassin's Creed Shadows doesn't seem like a card that's too hard to play. I feel like the game's pretty easily made or like played. Atomfall 2, a first-person slow action like survival, doesn't seem like it requires too much. Doom: The Dark Age. When you think of Doom, you think fast-paced, high skill level. So I would probably choose Doom: The Dark Age on this just because it seems like I'm glad that a game like that can be accessible by a lot of people. EA Sports I don't care for, South of Midnight. Why isn't this in art direction? Why wasn't South of Midnight in art direction? What? South of Midnight was one of, when I looked at it, I thought it looked really, really good. As in, this is an art direction that I respect. I respect artists for making games like this. Because they're trying to do something a little different, right? I am surprised this game wasn't part of art direction. Holy hell. And I never played it. But I'm glad that it at least made it on something here. Not enough people played it, but it's still here though. If it's on this list, it should be, it has every right to be in any other list, D-Guns. Oh, played at 150% speed. Okay, so I do not know what kind of, accessibility options a lot of these games had. But I'm going to go for Doom just because if I needed accessibility features, the game I would want to be able to play and have a good time with because of dopamine effects and because it's a fast-paced game, I'm going to go for Doom, The Dark Ages. I know it's not fair because I didn't play any of these games, but I got to choose something, okay? Games for Impact. Okay. Consume Me, I know about Consume Me. A very good game. Despolote. I really wanted to play Despolote, but I didn't have the time to. Pro-social meaning. Where is that in this? Just because they're female characters, does that mean it's already pro-social? Can someone please tell me what makes Lost Records a pro-social game? Wanderstop makes sense for me. South of Midnight? Probably because it takes place in the bayou and not a lot of games take place around there, so it's kind of want to show you what it, I don't know. But what is Lost Records doing here? Oh, just because there's a gay person in the game, it automatically makes it a game for Impact? Just because a character exists doesn't automatically should be a pro-social thing. I think it should be talking about. I think a game should send a message about, a character that's going through something because that they're, that the sexual orientation is different, or if they're the minority or something like that, right? But just because they included something does not, for me, it's not thought-provoking. And I don't know why Lost Records is on here. There are other games that are LGBTQ represented though. I can't name them because I never played them. I'm sure there are a ton of them that actually focus more on LGBT. Yeah, there's not a big message on that in this game. I'm not saying it's bad. I just don't know. I just don't understand why it's not on Games of Impact. Games for Impact. Consume Me, right? That's about a eating disorder, right? Am I wrong? Despolote is obviously, right? It's a rural town in Brazil or not Brazil, or somewhere in South America, and it's about the love of football or soccer. So that makes sense to me. South of Midnight, I don't know the story, so I'm not sure. But Wanderstop, I know it's about it's about mental health. South of Midnight felt good. Oh, would Concord be on this then because they had pronouns? Would that count as a Games for Impact if that game was successful? Based on the way they made this list, yeah. Yeah, this is tough for me because I never played. The only one I played was this. Only the first part, right? I'm gonna go for Consume Me just because this is the one I heard about the most, and I heard a lot of people talking about this. Best ongoing game. FF14 did not do so well this year. I know you were in this, Jules. By the way, guys, Jules, our good friend, the nerdy filmmaker, was casted in this game in Lost Records Bloom Rage. So go shout out to the nerdy filmmaker. No, what I'm saying, Jules, is that I don't think it represents like a thought-provoking game about pro-social meaning compared to the rest of these other ones. Yeah, Amy, I do want to play Wonder Stop at some point. We played the demo, but the demo was so buggy that I stopped playing it, and I decided not to buy it. But at some point, I'll check out Wonder Stop. I think something else, like Consume Me is more thought-provoking in that sense, and I think this is what should win the award. Best ongoing game, right? We know what that means. Games that's still being played today that was out a while back. Mario Kart 8. Just kidding. All right, we got FF14, which I'm a huge fan of, but it did not do well this year. This year, there were a lot of more downs than ups. It's still ongoing, great community. No Man's Sky did get a lot of huge updates today, as they always do. Fortnite also huge updates. Helldivers 2, I don't know. I haven't really heard a lot about Helldivers 2. The games I heard a lot of the most about this year is Fortnite and No Man's Sky. I heard The Simpsons is crazy. There's a lot of new content for that. But this is awarded for the game of outstanding development and ongoing content. I think this clearly goes to No Man's Sky just because Hello Games is charging you $0 for all of the giant everything. Like, it's literally a free game. How the hell are they making money out of this? Remember when No Man's Sky was a disaster? Remember when people were pissed? And now everyone loves it. I love that story. Kind of like similar to FF14. Best community support. Mods mod development has been big with Baldur's Gate 3 this year. FF14. Look, Naoki Yoshida and the team are trying to do their best to change the game a bit, you know, make it a little bit, you know, they need to do something, and they've been very good with community. Like FF14, in my opinion, has the best community in gaming, in a video game. Everyone is so nice. Everyone is so awesome. It's a great game to be in because of the people. Some of the crazy community things that happen in FF14, like the thousands of fans singing together and making that YouTube video, was kind of wild. The best community game. Oh my god, you guys. Stop. No, you. Fortnite? I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I have no comment. Transparency and responsiveness. I think Helldivers 2 was pretty transparent in some of the things that they said on Discord. Man, I think this might just, yeah, I don't know. I think the fans of FF14 are a little angry this year. I'm gonna go with No Man's Sky. Best independent game. Okay, here we go. Aruka Histo, what is up? Did no one catch an epic fish yet? I haven't been paying attention. Look. Absalom is great. This is crazy. You've been trying to? Ball pit? Nah. Ball pit is like a 7 out of 10 for me. Blueprints, very innovative, very cool. Out of all this, Blueprints was the most interesting game. Is it the best game? No, but it was the most interesting game out of here. Outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system. I do not like the wording of this. Why can't they just... I loved Absalom and I want them to succeed. I think they did a very good job with this game. I even platinumed it. I played the hell out of this. Yeah, out of this, Ball Pit is definitely the weakest. I agree with D-Guns. What are you talking about? He's definitely not trolling. I would say Ball Pit is the weakest out of all of this. 100%. Blueprints. Yeah, I don't know. I loved Blueprints. Very innovative. Clear Obscure Expedition 33. Ball Pit was made by one person and a few of his friends, which is nuts, too. Super Giant Games. So, here's the thing. A game developer can make one very successful game and make millions out of it so that he could fund the next one without having publishers. That's the case with Hades 2 and Hollow Knight Silksong. So I won't count these two. As much as I love, and it's Hades 2 and Hollow Knight being two of my favorite games of the year, I want a good achievement for these people. Just because they have the money to, it's easy to achieve these because of the money. I feel like an independent game developer should have a small team with a limited budget to make an extraordinary game. And I think Blueprints is that. Clear Obscure has the most fascinating story of game development of the year, in my opinion. Literally finding people on like SoundCloud type sites or Reddit to find a actor or something, rather. I forgot who they hired her for, but then she told them that she likes to write and instead hired her as the main writer of the entire game. What? Super cool. They had a vision. They didn't know how to go about it. So they collected people on the internet to find awesome people. And they changed roles around and made one of the best games of the year. In fact, maybe would say the best game of the year. Clear Obscure, man, I'm sorry, but man, this game the story is fascinating, as the story and how the development cycle, you know, came about. This one's hard because I love Absalom too. I wish we get in-depth stories on all game developments. This is why I did this is why I tried to do my, you know, my monthly video, but I just don't have the time with my real work and all that. I didn't do one for last month, this month, so I can't keep doing it just because I just don't have the time and resources to do it. But I like to talk about like these games, their development cycles, and like, you know, who's behind them. This one's really hard. I want Guard Crush Games and Super Monks and Dota with these. I want these guys to make more games. And I congratulate on their success on Absalom. And I think more people should play a game. I think more people should play Absalom. But I'm gonna say like creative achievement is gonna go with Blueprints here. Absolutely amazing game. Made me drop my mouth so many times. Drop my jaw. Best debut indie game. Again. A new independent studio. Dispatch is literally like, I don't know, man. Critical Role already has like Ad Hoc Studios, basically Telltale Games writers and directors. I love Dispatch, don't get me wrong, but they made games before, you know. Sure, it's a new independent studio. Man, this is so hard. Despolote deserves more recognition. Yeah, why aren't there other games in here either? Were there no other games that came out this year from a new independent studio? Shut the front door. Megabonk, yeah, see, where's Megabonk? Oh, that's right, he did pull out. Yes, because he was Ad Hoc Studio pretty much. Uh-oh. Sup, Coltane? For game debut indie game, like Clair Obscur also, you know. There's some people who from like, you know, from old, there's some what do you call it, veterans in here too. I want more from Blueprints. I think this was a very, very good start from them. Yeah, ex-Ubisoft, yeah. Best mobile game. I don't play mobile games. Yeah, Dispatch was Telltale, yep. That's why I didn't choose them. It was either gonna be Despolote or Blueprints, but because I played Blueprints and I loved it so much, I had to go to Blueprints. I mean, clearly the winner here is Uma Musume. There's no doubt about it. Uma Musume destroyed the internet for a while. I had no idea there's a Destiny game on the phone. I had no idea there's Persona 5 The Phantom X on the phone. I had no idea. I don't know what Wuthering Waves is. I don't know any of these, but I heard so much about Uma Musume. So go for it, buddy. Take that. Where the hell is Luminous Arise? Where the heck is Luminous Arise? Where the heck is Luminous Arise? Where's the art award for Midnight Walk? Thank you, Andromeda. This was great. This was such a pretty and awesome and very visually. I'm sorry, Game Awards. I don't know. Jeff Keighley, you and your team need to do a way better. I don't know what you guys are thinking making this list. Midnight Walk would have been my winner for best art direction. Midnight Walk is not a VR game though. Yo, internet sir! Thank you so much for the raid. You're done with Dark Souls already. What's up, guys? It's good to see you all. This is a bad, yeah. I don't know, man. Yo, Mr. Clean, how's it going, man? We're just going through the Game Awards right now. Oh, you beat it! What? Congratulations, man. And thank you so much, guys. Welcome to the stream, guys. We're taking a look at the Game Awards, doing my picks of the nominations. Although, unfortunately, Here, you know what? I'm snoozing. I'm snoozing the ads. Let's wait 5 more minutes for it. The only game here that I heard a lot about is Arcane Age. I'm not a VR player, but my favorite VR game that I played this year was Luminous Arise. What a fantastic visual treat, and like, it's crazy how that game is not on here. And no, I'm not saying this just because I worked with them. I'm legitimately, like, I've only played 2 VR games this year, and that's Midnight Walk and Luminous Arise. So if Luminous Arise is not going to be on here, I'm going to go Arcane Age just because this was the most talked about in the PSVR 2 subreddit that I'm a part of. So I'm voting for this. Best action game. It's nice to see Shinobi Art of Vengeance here. It's nice to see Shinobi Art of Vengeance here. Where is my favorite action game that was in another category? Where's Absalom? Isn't Absalom an action game? There's no beat 'em up genre. Where's Arc Raiders? There's some action in that. If Battlefield 6 gets to be in here, why can't Arc Raiders be on here? Yeah, where is the shooter category? I agree. Holy moly, guys. I'm sorry. We already went through all of these. Battlefield 6, I played the demo, loved it, but I wouldn't call it like the best action game. I think Monster Hunter Wilds is a better action game. Doom, The Dark Ages, never played it, but I really want to. It's on my list. Hades 2, my favorite fast-paced game of the year. Ninja Gaiden 4, never played it, but it looked really good. I heard everything other than the action falls short. Shinobi liked it, really enjoyed it. I think some of the boss battles were really cool. This one easily goes to Hades 2 for me on this list, okay? Not my personal best action game, but on this list, I'm choosing Hades 2. Loved it. I still play it. Sorta, kinda. Best action adventure. For the best action adventure game, combining combat and traversal and puzzle solving. Okay. Then where's Donkey Kong Bonanza? There was puzzle solving. There's traversal. There's a lot of nothing but combat. Ghost of Yotei didn't really have a lot of puzzles, but it did. It did. There were some puzzles that made me go, oh, hold on. Let me think about this. Donkey Kong Bonanza deserves to be on here. Best action adventure. Look, I love Death Stranding 2 on the beach. It didn't have the best action. Don't worry, don't get me wrong, I love this game. Traversal? There's no game that has more traversal than Death Stranding 2, I'll tell you that much. And puzzle solving? Not really. The puzzle solving is how you're gonna deciding how you're gonna go from point A to point B to point C to point D. That's the puzzle solving that I loved about Death Stranding 2. I loved that aspect of Death Stranding 2. Ghost of Yotei, fun combat, okay traversal because we've seen it before. It's not innovative. Puzzle solving, limited. I think Silent Hill F has better puzzle solving than all of these. Hollow Knight Silksong. Yeah. Great traversal. Insanely addicting traversal. Fun combat. Minimal puzzle solving. Amazing game. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle has everything. It's everything you want from an action adventure game. So, I mean, this seems like a no-brainer to me. And Split Fiction also. Like, I wouldn't go that far, but Yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm picking this one, but on our next category, we'll be back in 3 minutes after our ad break. Guys, stick around because we still have the game of the year and a bunch of other categories coming in. I'll see you guys in 3 minutes. Don't go anywhere. To our next category. We're back with our next category. Best role-playing game. For the best game design with rich player character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences. Rich player character customization. Avowed. Obsidian Entertainment. A game that I need to get to. I haven't played yet, but it has one of my favorite cover arts of any game to come out this year. Oh, I can't zoom in. I love this cover art. I love this art. It's so cool. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is the quintessential RPG to play this year. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I did not play the first one or the second one. I don't have a lot, but I heard really good things about this. I heard it's very immersive when it comes to actually role-playing as a character. Monster Hunter Wilds. Excuse me, what are you doing on Best RPG? Shouldn't you be in Best Action Game? Excuse me? Sure, there's player customization. Every game today has character customization. Hell. Okay. Arc Raiders is my favorite RPG of the year. How about that? Outer Worlds 2 I could see. People who played this game loved this game as far as I know. And I want to get to it. I loved the first one. Albeit it was a little too short and not a lot going on, but it had good humor. It was fun, and I enjoyed it every second I played. So I can't wait to play the second one. We'll get to this at some point. Where? Okay, here's my rant again. Where is, you know, the JRPG that critically got acclaimed as being one of the best games of the year? Where is that? The game I'm talking about is Trails in the Sky Chapter 1. Where is Trails in the Sky Chapter 1? Isn't that an RPG? Isn't that what defines an RPG in, like, you know, for decades? Now, I'm not here to rant. I'm here to choose what I think is the best RPG in here. But again, in every category, it blows my fucking mind. I don't know who comes up with this shit. I agree, it is a joke of a list. But I'm sorry. It's an easy one out of here. Clair Obscur Expedition 33. This one wins Best RPG. Apparently, because I have no other choice.
I got in.
What is the difference between JRPG and RPG? Okay, here's the thing. Yo, what's up, Sally? Welcome. What popularized? Okay, so JRPG is basically a game that came out, you know, a Japanese RPG, which basically in its like original state, it's more, you know, young kids saving the world. Turn-based RPG games with a narrative where you cannot, you know, customize your character's name or whatever because they already have a personality. Sorta. Chrono Trigger, Dragon Quest are different in that sense, but it's like a JRPG is like, you know, saving the world type story, you know, leveling up, turn-based RPG, stuff like that. Western RPGs tend to be a little bit more like very in deep, like CRPGs, computer RPGs. Best fighting game. Okay, let's go through all of these, okay? 2XKO. Not even a game that came out this year. It's not even out. It's an early access game. Capcom Fighting Collection 2, games that came out a long time ago. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, another game with games that came out a long time ago. Hell, even the 90s. Virtua Fighter 5. Remember this? I remember playing this in high school. The fuck is this list? Clearly, the only game in here that is eligible for best fighting is Fatal Fury City of Wolves. It's the only game. It's the only new game. Like, who's stupid enough to choose any other game but Fatal Fury? 2XKO is in early access, and there's like 4 demo characters that you can play and all that. 5 or something. Best family. For the best game appropriate for family play. Okay, irrespective of genre platform. Okay, so appropriate for family play. What does that mean? Son watching your daddy play, or actually playing together with your son? Why is Donkey Kong Bonanza here? Because they accidentally put it in here instead of action adventure. They misplaced this. It's not really supposed to be here. But the argument, that's you know, I kid. Because you could play as a second controller if you're not really into playing video games. You can play as what's her name again? Is it Daisy? Is that who's that again? The girl? Pauline. Yeah, Pauline. You can play as Pauline with the other controller and actually like just have fun, you know, helping your parent or brother or anyone that's actually playing Donkey Kong, and it does a really good job at that. Like it's I think it deserves to be here, honestly. It's a fun family game, even though you can only play with 2 people. Maybe other family members can watch and take turns. But let's go to the next one. Lego Party, the best party game ever made. The best Mario Party game ever made just came out this year. So this is a good contender and very kid-friendly. Lego Voyagers. I don't quite... Was this the co-op game? This is a cooperative game, right? Sure. Mario Kart World. Mario Kart World is not easy for children. I don't think. Do it. It's too chaotic for children to have fun, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't have kids. Sonic Racing Cross World is a better family game than Mario Kart, in my opinion. There's accessibility options to make it play itself. Okay, if that's the case, then there. Split Fiction. Also a great family game. But let's say if you're a family of 5 and you all want to play together. I think Lego Party might be the one. It is true. You're true, D-Guns. Sonic Racing is very visually chaotic, for sure. Split Fiction? This is hard. It says family play, so if I play with my 71-year-old dad, does that count? I bet out of this, they'll probably play something like Split Fiction. family play is very hard, right? It's like a family of what, right? Is it just you and your son, you and your daughter? Is it you and the entire family? Because then in that case, I would rather play something like Lego Party so everyone can play. But if I'm just playing with my kid, I think out of all of these, Split Fiction requires, you know, the most like cooperative, you know. Donkey Kong is just mindless fun, just like Mario Kart is, right? This is a difficult one. But if I'm playing with my brother, family, I would rather play Split Fiction with him. But this is a one and done game, yeah? I could play Lego Party forever. I could play Mario Kart forever. I'm going Lego Party. Yeah, Mario Party. Oh, sorry, Lego Party. Best sim strategy. Best game focused on real life or turn-based simulation or strategy gameplay. Pretty self-explanatory. These are great games in this category, I think. All of these. Now, Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles. It's an old game. But they added voice acting, which in on itself feels like a brand new game. Lots of, this is not just, oh, we're gonna emulate the old game, which is also included in this, you know, mind you, but they actually enhanced it and made it so much better. Absolutely loved FF Tactics. Jurassic World Evolution didn't play, but I'm glad Sven is happy. Sid Meier's Civilization 7, heard bad things. Tempest Rising, hey, if you like Red Alert, go for it. But I heard it's like just like 6 or 7. The Altars, super cool. I don't know why this wasn't an innovative, because this was so freaking awesome. I loved The Altars. I wished I played more, and I am gonna, this is on my backlog. I am gonna finish this. I loved The Altars. I think this was a really fun and engaging game. It's a little difficult. 2 Point Museum is one of my favorite games of the year. I love, and I kind of wish I stuck with 2 Point Museum and just became a 2 Point Museum streamer, because there's so much content that just keeps coming in. It's not too late. Nah, man, I'm a variety streamer. I want to play games, different games, you know. I want to be able to discuss something like this. If 2 Point Museum was the only game I played, I would pick this, and I don't know what to pick on any other category. I'm a busy boy. I love video games. I want to play a bunch of them, but I love 2 Point Museum, don't get me wrong. It's fantastic. I think it's one of my favorite games of the year. But my favorite one out of here, and the one I actually beat, and I'm still playing, FF Tactics. Best sports game, Rematch, if this is in here. There it is. There it is. EA Sports, I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. This is just this is a game that came out for a million times already. F1. Mario Kart World, I was just disappointed, man. I really didn't care for this game. This is why we're playing 8 tomorrow instead of World. Yeah, we're gonna keep playing 8 because 8 is a better game in my opinion. I think Nintendo's falling pretty, it's not, I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about Nintendo. Rematch is really cool. I want to play more of this. Yeah, I agree. 8 is way better. It's more fun. Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I want to play this, but since I never played it, all I heard is really good stuff about this. I really want to play Sonic Racing. This looks fun. Yeah, it doesn't reinvent the wheel, right? Mario Kart really tried to do something new with its open world, which they're actually or not open world, but yeah, their linear thing, they're actually upgrading because they realize that people hate it. This is why a new patch just came out and made one stage, the beach stage, a little more curvy and have a little more things to do, which is cool, but that's just a small start. And I think they need to fix that whole, you know, going to another course issue, because that's the most boring part of this game. I'm gonna go for a rematch because people talked about this. I really want to play it, and it's something I look forward to in my backlog. I definitely want to play rematch. Best multiplayer, Arc Raiders. Let's go through them. Arc Raiders is on my top game of the year. I cannot stop thinking about this game. I cannot stop wanting to play this game. When I'm playing, I never feel frustrated. I'm actually having a good time every single second of this game. Oh, that's true, Digons. We did play all of this together. I'm sorry. I love the art style, the art direction, the sound design, the graphics, the performance. Everything about this game is S tier, brother. Battlefield 6? Yeah, it's Battlefield just fixing the mistakes that they made to go back to what made Battlefield great. Good game. I really liked the demo. The beta. Elden Ring Night Rain. I really enjoyed the time I had with this, but let's face it, I'm not that great at it. And this game made me frustrated more times than I actually had a good time with it. Arc Raiders literally took a niche genre, cracked the code, understood what makes these games so good, and turned it into something that was so accessible, so fun, and not, you know, you don't have to worry about server resets, what these games are known for, because they have the expeditions, which make it, you know, you could keep all your stuff all you want. You could have a good time. Take your time. There's no FOMO either, as you know, FOMO's not that bad in this game either. I do wish I liked Night Rain more, but it performs like shit. And the game rushes you too much that I always feel like I feel always stressed when I'm playing this game, even though it's fun. Peak. I played this once and I loved it so much. I want to play more of this, but I would rather play Arc Raiders. I want to play more Battlefield, but I'd rather play Arc Raiders. I want to play more Elden Ring, but I'd rather play Arc Raiders. I'm already done with Split Fiction. Played it once, never have to touch it again. Had a really good time playing this. Loved it. Had one of the best moments of video games of the year. But I'm sorry, man. Like, this was the easiest pick for me for best multiplayer. And it's Arc Raiders. And I congratulate them for the success, because they deserve it. Best adaptation. Okay, well, if Indiana Jones gets to be on this, why can't Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the movie, be on this? No one fucking saw this movie. No one. 0 people watched this. Everyone watched Sonic the Hedgehog 3. What the hell is this movie doing in this list? I haven't seen a Minecraft movie and I have no desire to. Devil May Cry, I love the game, sorta. I have 0 desire to watch this. Splinter Cell Death Watch, What? Excuse me? The Last of Us 2? I had to stop watching it because I really disliked the show. I thought it was... I did not like this show. This is one of the few shows that I actually turned off mid-episode and said, all right, I'm done with this show. No one saw this, so who cares? This is rough. Yo, Killa, what's up, dude? Yo, Sauce, welcome. It's good to see you. If Sonic the Hedgehog 3 was in here, I would have picked that. Easily. There, yeah, I agree, Coltain. Look. It's great that this movie was a success, or Twisted Metal, which should have a 3rd season also, yeah. But this created a meme that I am not a fan of. I do not condone destroying, trashing, being obnoxious at a theater when everyone else is trying to watch a movie. Very disrespectful. I'm sorry, but I'm voting for the fans as well, and Minecraft is not going to be on there. I'm sorry, but it's very disrespectful to create a, you know, I know it has nothing to do with the movie and everything. It's what the fans made. But I just can't do it. I can't vote for this. Gosh, this one's hard. Exactly, Pyro. That's so messed up. All right, guys. You guys choose this because I've never seen any of these. Is it Splinter Cell or is it Devil May Cry? Splinter Cell? Okay. I never even knew this was a thing. All right. Came back defeated every night Minecraft played. Yeah, I'm sorry about your for your friend Minty. Best anticipated game. Oh, here we go. I will go through all of these for sure. Okay. All right, here we go. Now, this is gonna be hard. 007 First Light is the easiest of the here to be nah for me. GTA 6, I am extremely hyped for. I never really got far in GTA 5. I fall off these games. But you know why? The only reason why I'm very interested about the 6 is because... Okay, let's take politics out of here and just talk about the game itself, okay? The technology in Grand Theft Auto 6. Imagine like at some point in the day you have coffee and someone in that same restaurant you accidentally bumped into, and then a day later you're at an arcade and that same guy came out with your friends and be like, yo, that's the guy who pushed me, and he starts beating you up and you try to run. If AI can get that good, where every single object and NPC in the game has machine learning created, you know, a specific type of machine learning created just by the Grand Theft Auto 6 devs and their research team, this will like revolutionize like how NPCs react to the player in video games, and it could be like a breakthrough in technology. That's the kind of stuff that I look forward to Grand Theft Auto 6. Do I look forward to the sandbox? Yeah, sure. Do I look forward to listening to music while driving around? Hell yeah, dude. The story, everything, like, but it's the technology that I'm more interested in, and that's what I'm most anticipated about on Grand Theft Auto 6. Yo, what's up, Bobby? I cut my hair today. Marvel's Wolverine. Insomniac Games. I don't know, man. I'm just tired of Marvel. I'm just tired of Marvel, man. You can't run away from Marvel. They're too powerful. Bobby, I got a haircut. I just got a haircut today. It's short. Fine. You missed this? Is this what you want to see? I got no hair anymore. It's like too short. I look like I'm... Oh yeah, no. Grand Theft Auto 6, I'm not looking forward to getting all the trophies. Marvel Wolverine. I'm only excited for this because it is Insomniac Games. Replace First Light with Saros. Replace First Light with Saros. Okay? And then we can talk. Marvel Wolverine. I am excited for it, and I will play it first day. No doubt about it. I'm just not as excited as Grand Theft Auto. I dream about Resident Evil every night. I love Capcom. I love Resident Evil. I can't, dude. This is my most anticipated game of next year. Of next year. But it comes out in like, I don't know, 60 some days, less. No, no. Like less than 90 days. It's like February, right? So this is the interesting one for me. The Witcher 4. If CD Projekt Red can pull it off, not make the same mistakes, you know, I think CD Projekt Red had enough like experience making two huge humongous games, Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk, and if they could use the skills they brought and make a different kind of third-person open world, like RPG game in the Witcher world, I'm all in. If they can fix the combat in Witcher 3, I'm all in. We don't have enough information about The Witcher 4. But out of all of these games, let Witcher 4 cook. And I believe that we might have one of the greatest open world third person video game ever made with this. Also, I love Siri. Look at Siri. Siri, she's awesome. And we know that they're using Unreal 5. And you know that CD Projekt Red loves Unreal 5. Spend a lot of time with the tools. They even made that presentation, right? It will run at 30 FPS on the PS6 handheld, 60 FPS on the PS6 console. No, the only game in here, the only 3 games in here that are definitely coming out next year is Resident Evil, Marvel, Wolverine, and First Light. Grand Theft Auto 6 got delayed again, and I wouldn't be surprised if they'll delay it even further to 2017. We know The Witcher 4 is not coming out next year either. Yeah, it's going to be a cross-gen. It's going to be a PS5 Pro / PS6 game, The Witcher 4. Yeah, I would say this is like maybe winter 2027. 27 is what I meant, Amy. Look, Resident Evil is already coming out. I'm so excited about it, but I'm at the point where I'm like, yo, I'm ready. This is still far off, and I have high hopes for it. So I might be the one of, and look, I wasn't the biggest fan of Witcher 3 either. The combat, ugh, it sucked. But the game was really fun. Like, I love the stories between the characters. And if they could make a narrative as good as Witcher 3 and better, especially the DLCs, and just refine the combat, actually just start from scratch, make something awesome. Witcher 4. I believe in you, CD Projekt. I believe in you. Remember, this is most anticipated game, not for 2026. This is just in the future. Resident Evil is pretty much done. We're gonna see more of this at the Game Awards. We're gonna see Leon with a beard. Okay? You heard it. You heard it first. No. Content Creator of the Year. Okay, I only know. Actually, I know 3 of these people because I remember Burnt Peanut in the Battlefield 6 presentation. I remember seeing the Burnt Peanut at the presentation. Moist Critical, I mean, come on. We all know who Moist Critical is, right? Kai Cenat, I don't really know who he is, but I think he's the biggest Twitch streamer, which I've never seen like before, so. I don't know who Cathedral is. Or Cathedral, whatever his name is. And I've never heard of Sakura Miko. I like some of his content. I think Moist Critical's really I think he's a great content creator. I like to meet this guy. I like to shake his hand. I like to meet him and I like to have a beer with him. Yeah, I don't know Kai Cenat. I don't know. I seen Burnt Peanut once in that Battlefield show thing. Why does it look scared? I know, that's a funny photo of him. Hold on, it won't let me vote anymore. What? Oh my god, the site is fucked up. Is the site down? Wait, am I down? No, here we go, here we go. Okay, yep. No, I'm not dropping frames. No, and my download speed is good. My upload speed is what crashes. Best esports games. Why are these two the same character? Okay, out of all of this, the game that I actually enjoy playing is Valorant. I'm sorry, these are gonna go by fast because I don't care about esports. I don't know any of these. I know Kakeru. He's the only one I know. Oh, Menard. Of course I know Menard. He is so freaking good. Yeah, I know these two. He is a god. Dude, his Blanca, oh my freaking god. And I love how he's every time between matches, he always has to look up like how many frames, right? Like, so he calculates everything during the fight. He won cup like last year. I really like him. I think he's a great Blanca. I know Kakeru also. This is hard. It's gonna be between these two. But I'm gonna go for Minna. Just because I've seen a lot of his matches and he blows my mind. Best esports team? Never heard of any of these. Let's just pick Hunger Games. Not Hunger Games. Whatever. Squid Game. Alright. Player's choice. Which is your favorite game of the year? Player choice is 100% fan voted award. So I have to pick 3 games here, or 5? Okay, my favorite games of the year that's on this list. That's easy. Player Obscure. Death Stranding. Bonanza. Hades 2. Silksong. These are my favorite games on this list. My top 5. All right. How do I get to the first one? Game of the year. Here we go. In this list, we've already talked about all these games except for Donkey Kong Bonanza. Clair Obscure. I still hum the music to this game. My pros is the same with everyone's pros. I love to have a Sekiro style dodge parry in a turn-based RPG with very deep combat, where you think one fight is impossible, like literally impossible, to the point where you're like, you know what, I'm gonna keep doing it, keep at it, and you finally beat it. That feeling you get after beating those bosses when you think you're underleveled. Mwah. One of my favorite moments in video games. Clair Obscure. Woo! Such a fun game. The music's great. To me, this might piss some people off, but I feel like the world looked too psychedelic, too crazy. I never felt at ease at any point in the game because there's always something floating in the air, and it's just too much for me. But that's just my gripe. I bet, you know, it's not the same for everyone. I think the characters were great. Everyone sort of equally got their share of, like, you know, fame in that game. Yes, Coltain, we already discussed that though. I agree, Coltain. Yeah, we've already discussed why some of these other games aren't even on the Game of the Year. It baffles my mind to know that, like, so many of the games that I love that I played this year isn't in any of these categories, and instead are the same games that we've seen in other categories. It's crazy. But yeah, great game overall. Loved it. Platinumed it. Death Stranding 2. Death Stranding 2 was the game that I could not put down all year long, like when I was playing. Death Stranding is the only game where I had to talk to someone else who played it and go like, oh my god, dude, blah 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 blah. Oh my god, dude, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Death Stranding 2 got me giddy. I loved Death Stranding 2. I freaking loved this game. There were moments in this game that my jaw dropped, not because of how beautiful the game was, not because, well, it was, right? And it's also because there were moments in the game where I thought, holy shit, this is a video game? I'm actually playing this? This is crazy. 3, batshit insane cutscenes. Holy fucking shit characters. What the fuck did I just watch scenes? I love this game. I love this game. I love this game. Yo, Mr. Clean, thanks for hanging out, man. Death Stranding 2 on the beach. There's not a lot I did not like about this game. It made me cry. It made me laugh. It made me jaw drop. It made me go, what the fuck? Absolute bonkers of a roller coaster ride. I love Death Stranding 2. Donkey Kong Bonanza. Finally, a game with a lot of color. I mean, Hades 2 also had a good color, but dude. Why was pressing Y a billion times a second so much fun? And why did I do that for hundreds of, or like, I don't know, 80, 90 hours? Why is this game so addicting? Donkey Kong Bonanza is so cleverly designed that you think just by destroying the world, you could do whatever you want. No, but dude, the designers of Donkey Kong Bonanza are the best in class of like level design in a 3D platforming game. And props to them for doing that. The music was fun. The final act was really exciting. I really enjoyed my time in Donkey Kong Bonanza, albeit it did get repetitive at times. That's the whole point of the game. But no other game came close to coming as like, only Nintendo could make a game like this, and I'm glad that they made some gameplay, what do you call it, designs. They changed, it's not like a Mario game because you could break everything. So how do you turn that into a well-designed puzzle, a platformer with puzzles? Like, they did a really good job with this. Yeah, Donkey Kong Bonanza is great. I love this game, but it did get a little repetitive. Hades 2 was my Japan game. It's the only game I played. Well, no, I also played Trails in the Sky, but other than that, that was a demo. But Hades 2 was the game that I played the entire time I was in Japan. So there's a soft place in my heart for Hades 2 just because it reminds me of my time in Japan with my family, just being out of the United States. It played so well on the Switch 2. It looks so well on the Switch 2, although, my Switch 2 only lasted less than an hour every time I'm playing this game. But Hades 2 is they mastered how a roguelike should play. When you're done with the run, it makes you want to try new things because you're constantly unlocking new awesome things in the game. They're constantly giving you new ways to play. They're constantly giving you, new characters to meet. They're constantly introducing, like, it's crazy the amount of content Hades 2 has. I'm gonna rank Hades 2 above Donkey Kong Bonanza as my game of the year. Hollow Knight Silksong. What more can I say? Probably the most tedious game I played, but also my favorite tedious game that I ever played of this year. The game was fun. It was difficult, but there are some... D-Guns made some really good points in his review where I don't play Hollow Knight to get from point A to point B 100 times. Well, not 100 times, as much as it takes to beat the boss. The boss is hard enough. Why can't you just spawn me in front of the boss so I can retry it? Why do I have to go through the entire map again just to get to the boss, just to die over again? I know it's punishment, but it's not good punishment in my opinion. I still haven't finished Hollow Knight Silksong. I do want to get to the end of it, chapter 3. I did run credits. I got that point, but I need to give Hollow Knight a second chance because I really, really loved the gameplay, the core gameplay of the game, as in like the action, the traversal. I like the traversal. I just don't want to do it a million times. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 I didn't play. So out of this list, my personal game of the year in this list goes to Death Stranding 2 on the beach. I still think about it. What was yours, D-Guns? What was everyone's game of the year? Oh, you didn't say it? Okay, you didn't do it? Okay. It won't win, I agree. Clearly, Clair Obscur is gonna win. It won all the joystick awards. Why wouldn't it win these awards, right? Yo, Spaghetti, what's up, man? Okay. Now, I'm gonna say this. What game do I think will win? Predict will win? Clair Obscur Expedition 33. What I think deserves to win? Clair Obscur Expedition 33. My personal favorite out of that is Death Stranding 2. My game of the year? My personal game of the year? I'm not saying. We'll save that until next month, when I actually do the our own 2025 Game of the Year awards. My personal game of the year that has been addicted isn't technically released yet. Is Poe 2. I could see that. My brother also loves Poe, but of the pop culture type is E33. Yeah. I have 5 to 6 games I feel very strongly about as my favorites of the year, and I truly don't know what order to put them in. Me too. Death Stranding and Clair Obscur are on them, and Hades too. Those 3 games are on there. If PO2 was mainstream, it would be on this list, Coltane. It is not. It's definitely not mainstream. It is so niche. So, 2XKO isn't early. Why is it on this list? The Game Awards is also a good way to talk about and celebrate the past year in gaming. I agree, Pancakes. Also, always some big announcements as well. It should be the opposite. I'm here for the announcements, baby. I'm sorry. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be true. I'm gonna be like transparent with you guys. Clearly, the thing I look forward to the most are the trailers. But having and the celebration of these games, especially the indie, like, you know, the small development teams, those I really want to celebrate. And I love the music. Every time they do the symphonies, those I look forward to. I look forward to conversations like this more than actual awards themselves. Yeah, I love talking about this, guys. And I'm glad that we have a good community here that like to talk about this. Poe 2 would not be on Game of the Year list. Why? Diablo 4 was. Diablo 4 is mainstream too. Oh shit, I almost forgot some updated free games claims coming to Discord. Thanks, Andromeda. Hey, Andromeda, I really appreciate you doing that all the time for us. Guys, Andromeda always posts the free games list in the Discord. Always check it out, because sometimes you might find a game that you've never seen before. You might want to try because it's all free. Check it out. Can you go? No, it's Spaghetti. I think you could just look at the VODs, and I think that counts. You need to watch at least an hour of the VOD or something. This yearly awards always remind me I'm so behind the games. Minty. I'm also behind the games. Hey, Noah, what's up? Poe 2 doesn't really belong in any of the categories this year. It's only sitting in like 75% reviews, and it's niche regardless. Have you seen have you seen the reviews for I don't know, what's that game by Capcom, the one where you fight monsters in the wilds? But even with the people who are into it, it's not been like universally acclaimed or anything. That's fair. That's fair. I don't play Po2. We did play a little bit last year. No, we played it this year, didn't we? Yeah, we played Po2. We got to a certain point where my inventory took longer than actually playing the game, so I quit. And it ran like shit on the PS5 Pro. The disdain towards Monster Hunter Wilds is weird to me. Yeah, I mean, I don't like reading, you know, Steam reviews, aka Redditors. Monster Hunter Wilds shouldn't be nominated anywhere this year either for the abysmal state it launched in. I honestly, yeah, see, I don't know. It ran perfectly fine for me. I'm pretty sure it was just a PC. I loved it on the PS5. Yeah, I didn't have any issues on the PS5. Sure, some drop frames and stuff, but it wasn't noticeable as bad. As you're, yeah, so, yeah, I don't think technical issues should be like something that should be considered as, you know, I don't know. Well, they did talk about like technical art, you know, technical direction on some things, which again, Arc Raiders and Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yote, all of those, man, Hades 2, all ran so well. Clair Obscur also, I guess. The money I spent buying it on PCs no more or less than the money you spent on PlayStation, and me expecting like experience. Yeah, that's true. Well, that was fun, guys. I had a really good time doing that. I hope, you know, I hope there weren't too many crazy surprises. Oh yeah, Pokemon was not on this list at all, was it? Yeah. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the you know, my picks for the Game Awards.